Hello.
Hello.
Home movies fans,
Lauren,
welcome.
Brendon.
Melissa, and
Melissa,
Brendon.
Here we
So
are
this is
again. The party episode.
party episode.
Starting with
This
the
was
ninja
okay.
movie.
This is something that I think
right.
we talked about in the first 5 episodes. Lauren.
Anime influence here.
Yes.
What was that?
Was the party? I think we had just discussed the idea of what it's like being like treating an adult party like or a kid party like an adult party, like being bored by people and just having like some like addiction problem with like Jason and the candy. And it was just it was something that we could all relate to. It was just like going to a party that sucks, thrown by a person who really sucks.
That's right. Also, very appealing to me, the structure of this episode, which is that you sort of lead up to this one event, and then you spend the whole second part of the episode almost in kind of this,
Yes.
one location where all your characters are together.
Right,
There's
exactly.
Something about
that is great.
Yeah, all
Whenever
being
you
in
can
the
do
same
that
room.
to get them all in the same room,
Exactly.
it's always a great thing, especially with
Wedding's a little bit like that.
with a couple of the weddings was that way, and I think the last episode of each season we tried to at least try to do that. Maybe not
Because
the
we
first
never knew
season.
if it was our last episode ever.
Exactly.
Right.
Like we may as well get them
Go
all
out
to
with
say,
the
"Hey,
bang."
Yeah.
can we invite everybody over here and,
Yeah.
and be in this episode so we can hang out with them one final time
right.
before they cancel us.
That's right.
But
Look how they moved his chocolate stain on his mouth when he talks, Jason. They did a good job.
yeah, that's labor intensive. But it is. I know. Yeah, I'm not joking. So they're talking about, and we haven't met Fenton at this point. Fenton was.
This
This
is
is our
introduction.
first
This is
Fenton
a-
episode?
And I gotta say, be prepared. His voice sounds really different.
Oh, does it really?
Yes,
I
it's
forgot.
really distracting.
Fenton played by Sam Cedar.
Sam
It's
Cedar.
funny. That's what happens in voiceover sometimes. Is you do a character
Especially
once and get
Fenton.
especially
Yeah.
right. But Sam Cedar, who's a very funny and talented actor, director, writer.
All
This
those
is the first
things.
episode he was
Expecting
in.
Father.
Expecting Father.
Oh, I just dated this.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's, I hardly know. But I want you to come with me and
This is how
start
Brendon
over.
is brainstorming.
Make
Yes,
no
he's-
mistake about it.
I think that was the.
Blow.
I think that's what I thought what writing was when I was a little kid. It was when you do have action figures and you are kind of you're making them say things, you know.
That's the way it works.
Yeah,
I mean, even to adulthood. Yeah, is that what you do too? Really,
Yeah.
Melissa? Yeah.
absolutely.
Action.
I wrote a
I call
script.
them
Yeah.
dolls, you call them action figures.
Paula Plum here as
Yes.
Mrs. Muley.
Paula Plum, yes, who was a kind of a one of our go-to people in
Yeah.
home movies. Paula Plum.
For a lot of Tom Snyder productions.
Richard
Yes.
Snee, who
Wouldn't
was
exist
also.
without Paula Plum and Richard Snee.
Um,
Come on in.
Thank you, Mrs. Small.
but
Please call me Paula.
Thank you.
Bill Broaddus kind of invented this Fenton character, or at least the name and kind of what he's about, and just wanted to have him be a crappy kid that
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
He's monumentally crappy in this
Yeah.
episode.
yeah,
It's
it was
really
pretty
funny.
bad in like I mean it was a great character like to have
Yeah.
these kind of like just despicable kind of like people surrounding
Yeah.
people that like it's just funny to watch someone have to go through hell.
Yes.
I always
And
thought,
just the idea of when you're a kid, you
is
kind
a
of
funny
have to
moment.
hang out with crappy kids.
Right.
Yeah.
When you're an adult, you can pick if you don't want to be friends with someone.
Yeah.
You're in the same class. Kind
oh yeah,
of.
your parents that like feel sorry for their
Yeah, and so you
the
have
parents,
to go
yeah.
play with kids you don't like.
That's
That was like a whole thing of there's like all this diplomacy going on whether or not you knew it, and that was kind of a big part of home movies was taking all these adult themes like being diplomatic around like people that you hate, and making like verbalizing it in kind of an adult way. But
Also,
having
it's
kids
funny
say it.
that Brendon has this thing, which is he makes movies, and occasionally we have adults ask him to sort of use his power. We did it
Right,
in the
yes.
first season, and
Right,
this is what's
yeah.
going on right here. She wants him to make a video film, as she calls it.
Yeah, it's a video film.
And
right.
it is a funny idea that Brendon, he's 8, but he can do this thing in our world here
Right.
yeah.
that no one else.
Right, that she couldn't have the uncle do or
No,
something.
right.
Right,
No one
yeah.
else had a camera in this little world.
Right, and he was this prolific kid that
Yeah.
like people knew about, right?
Yeah. But it works. It's really nice.
Right,
So he gets roped into doing it.
Yeah.
exactly.
And then he sort of roasts him. Do you remember what happened?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
like,
naked,
yes,
just about.
and it's really funny because we were gonna have you squeak a car horn, but you just did this.
Oh, that's right. We were gonna
Yes.
try to
And
find-
you're holding it in the in the animation,
Never
but
use
you're
it,
just
right.
going honk honk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very funny.
Yeah,
There's a car.
Brandon's
Honk
very,
honk.
Brandon's very good at doing his own sound effects.
Yeah.
Yes, honk honk. Actually, but honk honk, I thought was something that I did
Oh,
for a
you
while.
did it
Remember?
on stage.
No, I did that. I thought that was like a new catchphrase I was trying to start, and Melissa
Yeah.
was there when I was having.
I did, and
It
I
was when I'd
remember-
say something, and it didn't have to be funny, but you just say honk afterwards.
honk.
So yeah, you know what I'm saying. And it didn't have to be honk honk. I
But
think
I
it was
Wait,
honk.
can I interrupt and just say
Yeah.
this is one of those great McGurk yelling at Melissa.
right.
Another
Which
great-
this ended up being like just like a theme of the entire show.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is,
so.
is you
fun.
pick on the most like not offensive person in,
Yes.
in the room
Yes.
and make them the butt of
Yes,
everything.
and your performance is perfect because you're going. more and more down towards near tears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was my chance to actually get upset about being yelled at.
Yeah,
Can't
Right.
show that in real life.
that's right. But it's so funny.
And Bill fell in love with the way I would say coach, like all defeated, so he would
Yes.
always try and get one in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Cool.
So McGurk is also invited to
It's more like
the
this.
episode.
Coach. I was from Canada.
Yeah.
Coach.
Oh, here's the birthday party
All right.
invitation.
He's like a baby card too. That's so
Totally
great.
great.
He's turning like 8 or 9.
That's awful.
Oh, I
it's
like this. The
you know what it is?
chocolate milk.
Yes, exactly.
I
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, that's a great.
Loco
shot.
Coco.
Yeah, got that approved.
And who's that on the left, Lauren?
Josie.
And who plays Josie? For those of you who don't know, Loren.
Oh, you did
played
buy the Home Movie
Josie.
Season 1 DVD.
Where I talked about it endlessly.
Couldn't get a show about.
Show about a baby. That's what I always say. Show about a baby. Little known fact.
Josie was going to have a spin-off for a while, wasn't she?
Yeah, we got approached by Fox.
DreamWorks, yeah.
Yeah. And it didn't work out, but it was a great experience developing that.
Yeah, they were going to do a whole crossover thing with the baby from Simpsons.
Hey, let's talk about Cartoon Network at this point.
They were great,
They still are.
They're
but I don't work with them anymore, so they're dead to me.
they were incredibly generous. With home movies just in general. I think they're
the reason we're here.
yeah.
I'll always say, oh, this is
Oh, this is great.
He just
This is
adjusted
the
his.
roast.
It's censored. Let's see the honks
Yeah,
here.
here it comes.
Sounds like the kind of drug you take to keep from scratching. Honk, honk. So ugly, you look
Yeah, that's just.
That cracks me up.
Yeah, that's some funny stuff.
It's actually much like my physique, which is straight and just no
Yeah,
curves.
didn't you pose for it?
Yeah,
I
a
remember
lot of
the
this was
socks.
rotoscoped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in front of a
Motion
screen.
capture.
Yeah, it was motion capture. Yeah.
Hey, I think your record's broken. Honk, honk. Hey, here's a little story. One time, Fenn
Like
got
in
knocked out
the
of
joke is
prison.
that he
Guess
framed
what
it
Fenn
poorly.
did?
Yeah.
Wine.
It's funny.
Honk, honk.
And that's you
He's
really
laughing.
laughing.
Yeah, and then
Still wine. Honk, honk. Hey,
and
Fenn,
I was trying to
what's
read
the
these
matter
things
with
as
that
fast as I could,
Right.
and just mess them up on the way, and just kind of never dismount.
Yeah.
You did a good mess up at the end. I don't know if it was on purpose or not.
Yeah.
I can't remember. You flipped the words.
Hey, there's.
Just before the act break, even, and
Yes.
We're at the party already.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
Video film.
one of the great moments that comes up later is it's so funny having McGurk parent
Yes.
Fenton at the top of his volume.
Yeah.
That's sort of the climax.
Yeah, it's just like he just.
So, oh wait, here, listen to Sam.
Your birthday, that's his gift to you.
A film?
Uh-huh.
That's not a gift.
Oh.
That's a cheap way of getting out of giving me a real gift.
It's proto Fenton. It's like what Fenton
Yeah.
would become, but we didn't pitch him
Right.
up or something. Somehow he's
Yeah, it
much
doesn't
He
sound
cheaper.
gets,
pitched, yeah.
the fans will notice that Fenton's voice changes.
Not a video of
The
my
pitch of it
birthday.
changes a bit.
It's like the real Sam Seaver's voice.
Moving on to where the food is.
No, why don't you have some of the real food too? Or why don't we just take a picture of the food? You can
Melissa
take
and
that
her
home
rich
with you.
bitch dress.
Yeah.
Be happy.
Great
I just
line
want
of
the
all
film
time.
video camera, Mom.
I know.
Do something.
He's so unattractive, Fenton.
I know. He's really sickly looking.
Yeah.
The pale.
The hair's wrong.
It's so
Wrong.
funny, yeah. And his little tie, his little Angus Young get up.
Yeah.
He's got.
Oh, that's
And
right.
this is kind of funny too.
Yeah.
It's like
Nerds.
Brendon trying
talking
to be
to.
cool.
Kids
No,
are
he's not.
less
Talking,
cool
he's
than
trying
him.
to. He's just having a dead-end conversation. That's what it is.
What are you gonna call it?
That's also
Paul
called
Plum.
Plum.
Can Star Wars do this?
That's a funny joke.
I'm gonna go talk to somebody else.
So rude to them.
You kids are dorks.
Yeah, you kids are dorks. I mean, I think that was actually like a point that like, we're like, is that nice or
Yeah.
mean?
Chips, not the white corn.
I'm so
Nicer
sorry.
than
I like the
doesn't say
blue
it.
ones,
There it is.
Fenton, dear.
Oh,
this is
great
a-
Walter Payton scene.
This is like noticeably switching voices. Like
Yeah.
I'm the right and the left constantly.
We're interrupted. This is awkward.
He'll be okay.
Sometimes crying is okay, right? Yeah, sometimes
That's
it's
very
good.
healthy.
Yeah.
Why did you boys come in here?
I think their voices change a little bit, or at least my version of it changes a little bit, just to make it a little bit different. Like later on down the line.
That's right. The bathroom.
Well, one is down the hall to the right, and there's another upstairs.
I don't
Walter and Perry.
Walter and Perry, showstoppers.
Yeah, I think
Scene stealers.
All the Walter and Perry we had to throw out. It's a crime.
Oh,
Hours.
you could fill a
Perry and I go to the bathroom.
could fill a thing.
The whole thing. The
Yeah.
whole thing.
Talking.
Yes,
Walter and Perry, yeah, could go on for hours.
Sam, I'm talking.
They and often did.
Yeah, they did.
Yes,
Yeah.
dear.
You guys never had more fun than when you were recording Walter.
I'm actually having a bathroom emergency right now. I'm not joking.
By
Yeah.
watching it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's making me have to pee.
I drank a lot of coffee. You guys should know is like right now it's 10:46. We did the first.
Wait, this is Ken Alberg's son.
This is the beginning
I
of
got this
Junior
bag
Adelberg.
for getting this bag.
I got this badge for you, a badge. That was a voice I discovered. Just so you know, it was my grandfather's funeral, and I was with my sister and brother, and we were in St. Louis driving from like Illinois. I don't know. We were in Chicago. And we had to drive to St. Louis. I don't know what.
Fake locations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those don't exist. St. Louis or Illinois.
Why are you
It was like
making
vague.
stuff up?
But we were in a rental van, and I just discovered this voice and just did the entire drive.
How old were you?
You're embarrassing me.
I was probably like, I think I was 25 or 24.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
it was-
an adult.
No, I discovered this in my
was right
adulthood.
before
I
the
was
recording.
exploring
Yeah.
characters, yeah. And there was a voice there. Every time I would talk, I would say, I would tell them something, and then I would clap to make sure they
I
know
love
that
that
I'm
guy.
finished with that. I'm finished talking to you. And that means I'm done.
The clap never made it in.
The clap never made it in, no, because
this is
that was a
too
more
annoying.
demonstrative kind of like attitude. This
This is
he
a
had,
great scene.
Adelberg
Yes.
ended up having kind of a cocky swagger about him.
This is a
That's
great.
where we first see that Jason's having a little sugar problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a great.
Well, Melissa brings it up in the very
dynamic
beginning too.
between Melissa and Jason in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
And here's
kind of like
Brendon
his
trying
wife.
to hit on some girls.
Birthday suit.
It's not working.
Not
just not working out for this kid.
Like,
No.
yeah,
Kid.
I like the Brendon and Jason's, the Jason and Melissa stuff.
Oh,
in
it's
this
so
episode.
funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's very sweet. You really,
Doesn't have me.
you really help them through.
They're
a hard
it's
close.
very much
And
like
the
their
relationship.
friendship is a lot like
When he were locked out of school.
He's very
Elizabeth
love-hate.
Taylor and
Richard.
Richard Burton. Yeah, kind of like in why can't I think of the name of the movie?
that movie.
Who's
Cleopatra?
Afraid of Virginia Woolf?
Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf?
Yeah,
Cat
it's
on
that
the
kind of
Hot
like
Virginia
always a
Woolf.
little tipsy and kind of like.
Before we get to the gifts.
I want to open my gifts.
In a minute, Fenton.
No, I want to open
Got a
them
picture on the
now.
wall with him. as
I
a
remember
dog.
pictures.
being. I've had a lot of bad birthday experiences when I was a kid. One of them was I didn't realize I was at a birthday party once. Did I ever tell you this story?
No.
I was a kid and someone's like, "Hey, come on over. We're having a party." And I was like, "Party? I'm there." And I'm like, whatever, I'm 10 years old, and I go and then all of a sudden the mom goes, "Let's open presents." And I'm like, "Oh, what are they doing opening presents?" So everybody got this kid something, and they got him these great gifts, and then there were like 3 or 4 unlabeled presents. So the kid would look at me and he goes, he'd go like he'd be opening presents. And go, "Is this one from you?" And I go like, "Just open it, bud. Open it up. Just enjoy it. Just
Yeah.
enjoy the moment. I don't know. Maybe it's from me. Maybe it ain't.
You'll
It's,
know when you
it's-
open it.
Yeah, you'll see. You just open it up. And I felt like such an idiot because I did not.
You were really on the B list if you got invited that day.
Yeah, I don't think it was that day, but I did not know it was a birthday.
So I'm gonna work on it and
It
then
was
later I'll
also I don't know if there's also that thing where kids would sometimes like kind of be adultish and say, "Don't bring me a present." It's cool. You know what I mean? Like where kids would do that, and
No, I
then
don't think that happened.
no, that happened like once or twice, where kids would go like, "Oh yeah," and you're like, "What do you want for your birthday?" And they're like, "Oh, don't get me.
You
Are
don't
you
have to
kidding
get
me?
me
Don't
anything."
give me anything." And like kids they're like 9 to 12 years old, and then you show up without a gift and you feel like the biggest asshole in the world. Black Hole Brew.
The act break, I think. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, McGurk got invited.
Yeah, he comes late.
That's right.
He's like, "This sucks," or "Who died?" or something like that.
Yeah, it was the worst party ever,
Yeah.
right?
He's two fisting.
This is the Jason gives him the
Look at
crappiest
Jason.
gifts in the world.
It's an eraser.
That's from me. It's an eraser. That's from me. It's an eraser.
Two takes in there.
An eraser?
It looks like a football.
I hope the next present's better.
See, he's pitched up
Wow,
there.
a soccer ball.
Do you hear him there?
Yeah, maybe.
That might be one of those things like
We should
where
call Patrick. This
We
could
should
be
find
maybe
out.
just a Pro Tools issue.
I know, yeah.
Think of anything
I
else?
wonder if are these the masters that never got?
Cake and
Pitched.
ice cream
Yeah.
is ready.
Oh,
He's 8,
Brendon
Yeah.
has a new movie going.
so he's
I can't
cramming
make this kid
to
look
Make a
try
new
to like
movie.
re-edit this thing.
Yeah.
Because he feels
But-
bad.
yes, but he ends up making a documentary that captures the real Fenton, which is even worse.
Yes, then making fun of him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is a weird plot.
Now this is the axe break. No,
No.
it's not the
This
axe
is
break.
Jason coming
Yeah,
too.
Yeah,
Right.
Oh, I didn't.
he passes out.
I feel like this whole scene was improvised.
A lot of these scenes were.
Let's have more gummy bears. That will
No,
help.
no more.
Gummy bears will help it.
What are you trying to forget?
I'm not forgetting anything. I'm just... Melissa,
You can't even stand straight.
This is weirdly sexual.
I know, and then he gets all sexy.
What?
just one piece, baby.
I called you a cab.
Damn it, a little taste. You're gonna kill me.
You don't even sound like yourself.
What are you talking about? What's wrong with me?
That was me saying the scene was going in a different direction.
Alright, what-
You don't sound like yourself, Jason.
I'm
Okay.
looking at you and I don't like what I see.
Melissa, come on.
I love the idea of gummy bears stuck to someone's head.
Yeah, and lollipop in his hair.
Yeah.
Get off, you're all sticky.
It's okay.
The best, you know, one of the best things about this scene is the sound design. Also, when she patched the taxi cab.
Yes.
Was that staying there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just that classic
Yes, no, it's
kind of
great.
like
Go!
yeah.
Yeah.
And then that maybe I'm imagining it too. It's been a while. Yeah,
No,
it's
she
this.
doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing, and then Jason pulling off
Yeah.
that way. That was
So
like something that.
I'll get you for that.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. And it's funny because he comes
And-
back
and this is-
without much fanfare. He actually
Right.
he sneaks back in.
And this is Sam as the clown, too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I wrote a birthday song for this.
That's
This
Oh,
was
it's at
like
the end over
background.
credits. I
Yeah,
think.
it's on the website now, but
Happy
but I
birthday
thought
song.
I had hopes for that song to actually replace Happy Birthday.
Sure, that's how it happens.
But there, I remember at
But it might
some-
not happen in your lifetime.
No, it might not happen. I might have to die
You
first.
probably won't be recognized till after you're long gone.
But yeah, no,
It's in
it's
your
not happened so far. I'll tell you that.
It's just hard
But
to make tricks with a soccer ball.
I remember those birthday parties also when you're a kid when they had like not the Happy Birthday tapes, but like personalized where you could
You win.
buy the
Right.
tape
Yes.
of the kid's name.
Yeah.
Now they
Right.
never had Brendan
Yes.
ever.
No.
I bet they never had Lauren,
No, no,
Melissa.
They had a lot
You know,
of
a dime a
Melissa
dozen.
stuff.
They got a Melissa every. You could throw a rock at
But
5
sometimes-
Melissas.
But sometimes it would be spelled 2 L's and 1 S, and even though it's pronounced the same, I didn't like that.
No, you wouldn't like
Yeah,
it.
but so they would have these songs like "Hey, something, it's your birthday," and then they
Right.
would sing these lyrics, and they were the
Who wants to roll the
dopiest.
bones?
I'm all out of money.
Who wants to throw the bones? Anyone? What's that kid's name?
Oh no.
He's back.
No, no.
He made it back somehow.
Yes.
And he's just got cluttered candy vomit looking.
And did you see that
Yeah.
Melissa keeps her money inside the top
Yes,
of her
yeah,
dress?
Yes, she's out of money.
It's like a hoochie mama kind of.
You can't understand.
You got your pearls on. Look at you.
I'm dressed up for the
Yeah.
party.
Rich bitch
Good
dress.
Yeah.
All right, next. Keep the line straight.
There's a little
Don't
Walter and
cut.
Perry hit them together
Yeah.
moment.
No, same time. I don't think we can. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna hit him. Let's hit him at the same time.
Ow.
That's great sound
Here's the
design too.
moment.
I know. I bet you somebody really hit themselves for that. It would sound something like this.
Lauren,
It's worth it.
stop hitting me.
I miss you.
He had a branch in his head
Yeah.
too.
May I cut in? Of course, Perry.
Love it.
The girl in the background.
You leave.
Look at that. That's a great dance.
Wait, is this?
I love it. I love the Scooby Doo loops that we have. Like there's
Yeah.
like animation loops
Yeah.
in the back. So, like
If
This
you're gonna
is
do a
where-
crowd scene, do dancing because you can loop it.
yeah.
We live in it. Yeah. And
They're talking about the van they want to live in when they grow up.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that was also it's just more exploration of Walter and Perry, and you know
And they're exploring their lives together.
Yeah.
exactly.
What
But
they hope their lives
they're
will
the
be.
most content I think of anyone in home movies.
That's right.
They're
happy.
so
They're the
happy.
happiest because they found love
Yeah.
at an early age.
And they're excited about the future.
They are, yeah.
Yeah.
Sky's the limit.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
And you guys did boys had a lot of improv that you included, so it's coming from a real place.
It
Yeah,
really is. I think there's a part of
absolutely.
me and Benjamin that wish that we could
Live in a van,
be men and love
Yeah.
in a
With
van.
each other.
but you have to take your shoes off.
But you have to take your
Yeah.
shoes off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh dear Lord.
So here's the
Was him
revealing
sitting on a
documentary.
dog,
Yeah.
black
He's
eye.
got a black eye, inexplicably.
He's kind of the actual true bad seed of home movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's a little devilish.
Worse than Shannon.
What was it? It was this. There was the third season where we did the episode where he's Brendan spends the night at his house,
Yeah.
which is a nightmare situation
Yes,
for all
that's
people.
the first
Oh, yeah.
episode of the third season.
Or that's happened. Like you're just trapped on this horrible desert island
One
of
of our
hatred.
best episodes.
Where are you?
Grateful.
It's not great at
Captures
all. I want
him
pony
breaking his
rides.
own mother's heart.
Pony
no.
was too expensive.
Remember this? I don't love you anymore.
Next year, I want pony rides this year.
But the magician was supposed
Yeah,
to
that's
be
right. Yeah.
Aw.
Santa.
Walter or Perry is upset.
Yeah, Walter.
And Walter or Perry is
Yeah.
comforting him.
Yeah.
Ride on me. You made a stupid video film on me, you jerk, Brendan.
And he
Video
says
film.
video film too,
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
his
Nobody
mom.
likes me because
Here
of you.
comes McGurk's
Hey,
intervention.
don't leave. The party's not over. Go ahead. Okay, fine. Leave. See if I
That is a
can.
pretty crappy trick that Brendan did. Is to like
Yeah.
Worry about you
to like hide cameras and to like To out him at a party.
Couldn't help it. Every time he pointed the camera at him,
He was
doing something
trying to-
shitty.
yeah, he was
What are
trying
we
to make
saying
a
with
nice
this episode? I mean, this is a
He's saying
kind
be
of a-
nice to your mother.
Yeah.
Now apologize to your mother and then apologize to everyone else
And
here
then-
at the party.
That's so funny.
Now!
I'm sorry.
McGurk.
John mentioned yelling at his good friend Sam.
I think it's great that everyone's taking a turn parenting Fenton in this episode. If
Yeah.
it's like Walter or Perry
That's
or
what we're
Brendon.
saying.
Yeah.
It takes a village.
It really does take a village. Maybe that's what it is.
I like that even his mom even puts up his papers he got C's on. Those are on the refrigerator.
That's
To
right.
your room, Fenton.
What?
Now.
So
one of
here's
my
the big,
favorite
yeah.
shots.
Yes. This is
Beautiful.
You got to spend a little more in this stuff, but it's
Yeah.
worth it.
Right.
Do an alpha channel.
That is a beautiful, like the colors
It
are
really
great.
is.
Yeah.
Aya Fukuda. Let's
Yes.
shout out to
Aya.
Aya.
Let's
Yeah.
acknowledge her because
Yeah.
this scene is just beautiful.
Yeah.
We didn't know how to end this episode either, so we're like, why not have them walk home?
Walk
We're not
into
too
the
far
sunset.
away.
Into the
Yeah.
sunset.
Into
And
the
that's
sunset.
and that's a big deal to do a walk too.
Yeah.
Yeah, to
Look
make
at
them
their little
shrink.
feet
Yeah.
and their shadows.
Yeah. And then here comes the
It
music.
could have been better, but I didn't have time.
Beautiful.
Which is oddly enough, I think it's just because the scene's so nice looking.
It makes the music.
And it makes the music nicer.
Yeah.
But it's just it's a
Yeah.
very simple little thing. It's just like two chords going back and forth, and then I quote the home movies theme. Like if you listen hard enough, and that's probably the most requested piece of music I've gotten.
It's very
and I
pretty.
don't give it to anybody, but I think it might be available soon,
There you go.
or
Or not.
or on this compilation. I don't know. Whatever. It's either gonna
Funny
be on this.
dialogue too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just about the ninjas and stuff. And you're
Yes.
like, oh, what
And she's
unites
like, why do
them
I
is
always
their-
get it?
Yeah, Jason's always trying to have more.
I always
to do
thought
the
that,
stunts.
like, just in general, and I think movies that do this well is that, like, the most intimate thing in the world is to have just a conversation about nothing and both be on the same page in some ways
And to be way in the background.
and to be far away.
I found that
And
scene
wait, what's
very
this?
touching.
Yeah,
Little
it's
friends walking
really
off into
sweet.
the sunset.
It's really sweet. It's sort of it has a feel of like the last episode of a season.
Yes, I remember
Yeah.
thinking that should be our last episode of the season because, again, assuming it would be our last episode.
I think
ever.
it was the last episode of the winter season.
Huh?
Yeah. And then we had a new episode in spring.
In New England, you always
Yeah.
recognize the last episode.
Oh,
Winter
yes.
season.
You have no choice but to
Sunset.
recognize. Thank you guys for watching this one, and soup to nuts.